Dr. Nandini Desai. I heartily welcome you on College Dunia platform. So, with your permission, shall we begin with the questions?
Yes, sure, Nikita. Very good afternoon to you, College Dunia, and all the students and the participants who are associated with College Dunia, of course. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So, ma'am, my first question is that according to you, what is the uniqueness of the school and the offered programs?
Okay. Let me congratulate you, Nikita, and I must say thank you to you for calling DYPMS, that is Dr. D.Y. Patil Institute of Management Studies, Akurdi, on your board. So it's a privilege for our institute and of course for admission committee DYPMS to be a part of College Dunia. I appreciate your efforts. You are taking really very hard efforts and you are supporting DY Patil to be associated and to be connected with interested students, those who are interested to take admission this year for MBA course. Moving ahead, I must tell you that what is the speciality of DYPIMS, that is a short form we are usually use and which represent our institute also. So in that case, if you ask me what is the strength of our institute, the first thing that is very important, and I think every student this is a basic criteria for every student, that is faculty or teaching. So this is a strength of DYPMS, that we all faculty members, we are taking they are, first of all, they are expert in their domain. The second thing, that they have industry experience as well as academic experience. All of them, they clear their higher education, that is masters, as well as maximum students, they are having they completed their doctoral degrees. So that is an added advantage. They are expert in their own domain. They are taking they are well trained. They are going out, they are taking industry exposure also. Every year we are going out and we are updating our knowledge, our own knowledge, so that we can give or we can impart that knowledge to our students. So first strength of DYPMS is teaching. The second strength, that is equally important, that is financial support or financial strength. So I must take this privilege to speak with you or highlight this point, that DYPMS is financially strong and stable institute. So we can offer value-added courses, we can conduct a lot of activities because we are financially strong. So this is the second highest point of or highest strength of our institute. And the third one, that is we have very good connect with industry, that is IIP, what we call, that is Institute Industry Institute Partnership. So we have very good connect with this particular approach, and this is a deliberate that connect with the industry, because MBA is a professional course, and ultimately we are preparing or creating and developing human resource for industry, and it must be admired, accepted, and usable. What I mean to say is, like, our students should be effective in industry. And at the same time, we academicians or the faculty and management, we are taking a lot of efforts to develop our students. But it is equally important that our student must be appreciated, accepted by industry. And for that, we calling people from outside, that is industry people. They are mentors of our institute, and they're coming, they keep on coming, and they're giving their help. Us, all of us, first faculty, management, and the students also, to upgrade our thought process, to upgrade our contents, or we are sending our students to the industry, and these people also, they're coming. So if you ask me, in short, there are three pillars on which DYPMS always work. That first is, of course, academics. Because for that we are here. So academics or a theoretical concept or the syllabus completion, conducting regular lectures, imparting best knowledge to our students, relevant knowledge to our students, and that is what faculty is doing. And as I said, like, this is a unique practice which is followed by DYPMS, that every faculty member, we are going for training every year. We are going for training. Like for example, if I'm teaching HR subject, so it is mandatory for me to go and have or update my knowledge in HR, in that HR domain. Like for that, I'm going to the industry, updating my knowledge, and then I'm coming back. I'm including that knowledge in my curricula or my teaching pedagogy. So that is the best thing what we have. So teaching is first parameter on which we are thinking, or we are trying to give 100%. Then the second, as I said, like industry institute partnership, because ultimately we are working for industry. We are very much concerned that our students, they should be well accepted by the industry. So that connect is rather more important. And the third thing, as I said, like, okay, financial strength, like, yes, we are financially strong. We are associated with whole DY group. You can say Pratishthan is our trust, and it is very stable trust, which is thinking for the development of student. So these are the three things, the three strengths, and the extension of that, or whatever we have discussed, that is, we are not only thinking about or we are not taking care of our student at national level, but we are thinking about their growth at international level also, or we are trying to develop our student for international pedestals. So this is our strength. And very cordially, we can say the environment. Here we are having one-to-one connect with our students through mentoring program. We are not only taking care, but yes, I feel proud to say that we are nurturing our students. So that connect, that emotional connect, that meeting our students' requirement and catering their needs. That is what we are. So we call us everybody as a DY family, that is DY PMS family. So whichever student they want to take admission in DY PMS, they are welcome, first of all, in our family, that is DY PMS family, and we are treating our students as a family member. So we are taking care not only emotional health, but yes, if they have any professional, though it is mandatory for us, and we are doing well in that. But yes, mentally, emotionally, and family life, connection or association is there with our students. So that is what DYPMS is all about. Thank you.
I must say, ma'am, that is really commendable.
Yes, Nikita.
So, ma'am,
thank you so much, dear.
So my next question is that what challenges did you face in your department during COVID times?
Yes, we all face a lot of challenges actually, because whole world is standstill, and then we need to connect with our students, and then but the major challenge for us, like we are missing that connect with students. Like they are not here on campus, and you can see that all faculty members, even during COVID, apart from lockdown period, we are regularly coming to our institute, and we are delivered 100% syllabus. So we are completed our 100% syllabus through online. But yes, that is a major challenge. Like some of the students, they are not able to connect, or internet problems are there. But major problem is like students, they are missing campus. And of course, the faculty and management, we are missing our students terribly. That is major challenge. Like, whenever you are teaching, that connect is missing. As I said, like we are very connected with our students, and that link is somewhere missing. Otherwise, teaching quality or conducting all the lectures, or we can say that regularity in conducting lectures, or we can say that or conducting all the programs, it may be related to curricula or extracurricular activities also. We have done everything, even though we are not here, our students are not there on campus, but we try to maintain that motto or a tempo of our students, and then we are connected with our students. But the major problem is like, yes, we are not, as students are missing campus life. At the same time, we are also missing them. So that is the bigger challenge for all of us. Yes, Nikita.
Okay, so ma'am, moving ahead, being the chairperson admission committee of DYPIMS, what is your philosophy of leadership? Like, how would you describe your leadership style?
Okay. I must say that it is a privilege. Rather, and I'm talking from my bottom of my heart. Like, it is really a privilege to work in admission committee for DYPMS. For last 10 to 12 years, I'm there, and I'm working in this committee. So for my leadership style here in DYPMS, what we everybody rather, we all are involved. So that is the beauty of our admission committee. Like, even non-teaching people, those who are not in teaching but they're supporting and everything, so everybody is involved in admission. So this is a single point agenda for DYPMS, that we should first let every student which want to come and want to take admission here and should get first that transparency should be maintained. They should get adequate knowledge about the admission process. Then the second thing is about DYPMS, of course, and as I said about the leadership, that is, we all are involved, like from the management to the peon or to the supporting staff, all entire DYPMS family is there for welcoming new students or the new batch. So this is there. So you can call it as a participative leadership, because every year we conduct, director sir and entire teaching and non-teaching faculty, we are sitting together, we are creating and developing a plan, that is what you call a strategy to attract good students, and whenever student need our assistance, so we are always there. So we ensure that each and every inquiry should be attended, and all the questions or all the queries of our students or maybe prospective students should be cleared by all of us. Whenever now students are there on campus with their parents, we have a very good system and process is developed by DYPMS. And every student, when they come, they'll meet. As I said, there is a proper process. We ensure that everybody is involved in that from gate to the last point. So everything is, all SOP guidelines are prepared, developed by that committee, by our committee, and we look into that, everybody should be involved in that. And as I said, from gate to when that person is there in DYPMS, and when he is going out for or when he complete that process, so everybody is taken care of, and whole campus is there for all the rounds and in every rounds and for everywhere. And apart from that, we ensure and I must say that our alumni, they are also very active in admission committee, so they are there in that committee. We never go for any advertisement or something, but yes, we promote our institute. Our alumni, they are promoting our institute, so that is the beauty of our DYPMS. As I said, they are also associated and they are also part of this admission committee. So about leadership, of course, it is a participative leadership, and though I'm here, I'm talking to you, and you are, but I'm backed by very, very effective team, teaching, non-teaching staff, and of course, we are taking blessings of our seniors, guidance, direction as per the direction of our top management. Of course, they are also involved, and we are preparing strategy, and then we follow. Meticulous follow-up is there from entire DYPMS family. So yes, it is a participative leadership.
So ma'am, you have mentioned that you have been in this college for past 10 to 12 years. So I would like to know that when you first came to DYPIMS, what was your vision for the school? Has it evolved over time?
Yes, of course, yes. That this is the first criteria, and as I said, when I joined DYPMS, every year we are thinking about qualitative improvement in each and every area. It may be teaching, it may be placements, it may be infrastructure. We are here for the students. So that is the motto of DYPMS. And I'm lucky to witness this because, as I said, I'm here in DYPMS for last 15 years, not 10 years, 10 to 12 years. I'm there in the admission committee, but I'm there, I'm completing my 15 year here in DYPMS. So whenever, in earlier stage, as you said, improvement, yes, we improve a lot because NAC and because of NBA. So these two certifications, because of these two certification, we learn a lot about teaching learning process and what is important and how to shape our students, and then how to place and how to imbibe values and other things. So it is like each and every point we are thinking of well thought strategies first of all, and yes, we evolved, and we can say that this is validated by NAC because NAC gave us A grade. It is like we have achieved NBA certification, and this time, second time, we are going for NBA. So we learn a lot. We started in 2004, and after that, first we went for NBA certification, and we studied it. Each and every point was discussed and implemented. And likewise, we are every year, before commencement of our classes or commencement of our academic year, we are sitting together, we are setting targets for ourselves, we learn, we learn, and then again we learn from our experiences. We always interact with people, we are taking their help from the outsiders, experts in their own domain, and we set our benchmarks like for the students, for the faculty, and then we are working very hard. And as I said, like meticulous inspection, direction, blessings, and yes, of course, we are receiving from people. We are very good critics. That is what this is the beauty of DYPMS, like everything and everybody is not goody with each other, but yes, we are having very critical. We always analyze very critically about our performance in our performance appraisal, my own performance appraisal I'm talking about, but at the same time. Performance appraisal, overall, management's performance appraisal also. So this is very, very regularly with proper duration or intervals. We are taking feedback from our students about, of course, teaching and about the infrastructure or about the facilities they want. And students are, given full authority to speak or to interact or whatever they have in their mind. Not only problems, we are always there. As I said, like we believe in transparency. So 24/7, any students can approach us, any of the faculty, any mentor, class coordinator is there, director is there, and even management representatives are there present on the campus. So that is there, but not about their teaching, about if they have anything, if they need any help or if they need any academic requirement. So we are always there. So yes, we develop a lot, and this is a mechanism we follow, that we set goals and objectives institutional, and then we ensure that all those goals and objectives must be very clear to all our faculty members, students, non-teaching staff, and then collectively we are working as a team to achieve those goals and objectives. So this is what DYPMS is all about, and then we are working on these lines.
So ma'am, tell us something about your admission process. Like what steps have you taken to cope up with the delay in the admission cycle this year?
Yeah, this is really very challenging situation for every institute, and DYPMS is also there, and we are also facing those challenges. But yes, as I said, like we have our own strategy, we develop our own mechanism. Like decision about process, if you ask me, like we need to abide that process, which is we need to follow it, where like government norms are there or DT norms are there, and we need to follow it. But as you said, like delayed process, like we are trying to activate that 11th hour mechanism, or and we need to cope up with the challenges and other things. So this time we are very active online, that is internet visibility, you can say, or we are active on social media. This is the first time we are doing it because we need to reach to the quality students so that they can apply, and one-to-one interaction with the students, or a one-to-one interaction with the prospective students. That is we are giving emphasis on this thing or this strategy, because as I said, like students, they have a lot of dilemma, they have a lot of anxiety in their mind, like how you will cover the syllabus and what will happen to us. And then we have different social platforms, or we follow these people, they are communicating and they are interacting with the faculty and the faculty of DYPMS, or admission committee, you can call it. So one-to-one discussion, one-to-one mentoring, not whether if that student is interested in DYPMS or whether he will take that admission somewhere else, but we are helping that students to know and understand the procedure, because as I said, like students, they have a lot of anxiety in their mind. So this is first challenge for us to calm down our students, or the students, those who want to take admission for this management stream. So it is very important for us to give that mental and emotional support to our students, or for every student, like yes, everything will be okay, and then we will not compromise on quality, and you will get the best or the same quality. We will organize all the events for you, and don't worry. Some parents, they are really worried about safety and security of their kids, and then for that also a lot of questions people they ask. So about the delay first, and safety the second one. But yes, our main approach is one-to-one mentoring, and for that we are available on social media. Through social media we are trying to connect with them, and here some of the students, they are physically coming to the institute. So our admission committee, or the members of admission committee, we counsel them, we give information about the process. But at this point of time, the bigger challenge is to assure them about, and the security, and about their assurance to the parents about the security of their kids, and the efforts we are taking, like institute is taking, and the way we are teaching. We are giving some contacts, maybe alumni contacts and other things, so that they can interact with our current students and with our alumni. So we are sharing some contacts with them, or they can see our website, or these are the things, like okay, these are the extra things we can do. But otherwise, students, they are coming to our campus and well attended. As I said, that we never take a chance, like we don't want to miss a single contact or a single lead which is generated for our institute. So our focus is not limited for DYPMS, but yes, we are thinking about overall admission process, and we are helping others, like okay, students, they are confused in filling their forms, they are not aware like which documents and other things, and then they are confused about the process. So we are communicating with them, we are maintaining data. As I said, like if we are attending all the inquiries or all the leads generated through social media, through our website, or physical inquiries also, so we are giving 100% justice and 100% assistance is provided for each and every student, those who want to take or those who want to join Management Institute. Not only DYPMS, but yes, if they are, all are welcome, and we are assisting them. So this is an extra efforts we all are taking, and I think we need to take, because irrespective of whether they are giving preference to DYPMS, we need to help students, because and to help students to search the right college, because there are so many worries, so many queries are there, or like people, they are worried about fees, people they are worried about admission, people they are worried about, as I said, like security, safety, about their location. Some people they are very choosy about locations and other thing. So we are helping everybody. Thank you.
So ma'am, according to you, what should be the top priority of DY Patil Institute of Management Study for the next 10 years?
Oh, next 10 years, yes, we have, see, vision and mission for our institute. It is drafted, created, or designed by involving each and every stakeholder of DYPMS. Now, and in that vision and mission, it is very, very clear that we want to develop our student, as I said, not only for national level, but we want to reach to the international pedestals, and we are working on that. Now, this is the first focal point, like where we want to see our DYPMS after 10 years. Like we want, locally, maybe nationally, we are well accepted. Students, they are giving preference for DYPMS. And I must say that some of the students, as I said, our alumni, those who are, we can call them as a brand ambassadors of DYPMS, they are going out and they are talking very high about DYPMS, so that is what we achieved. And they are communicating about DYPMS, but yes, we want to reach to the international level where people they can see, and when they are thinking about management, we should come to their first preference of interested student, that is DYPMS. So that is my vision for DYPMS, that not only at national level but international visibility of DYPMS should be there. No doubt that DY Patil is a big brand known nationally and internationally, but I want to see DYPMS at international level, and for that we are, as I said, it is a part of our vision and mission, and we are working towards that vision and mission. We have couple of tie-ups, national, of course, national level to hai, but we have tie-ups with at international level. Last year we took a study tour to Singapore, and here we want to give exposure to our students at international level, their norms, how these people they are working, their work culture, what I mean to say. And if anybody wants to work at that level, so what is their expectation? So we have a couple of tie-ups, and we invite people from at international level, at international pedestal, you can say, and there is a close contact. We are trying to bridge that gap between DYPMS and at international level. For this year, that ED we organized, I must say that we have ED, that is Entrepreneurship Development Cell, and it is very active. So this year we organized international conclave where people from at various countries, these people they represent, they guide our student, and they are working like a mentor. Like if anybody wants to start their business or want to go for, if they have some industry idea or organizational things, like these people they want to pursue. So we have ED mentors at both the stages, that is national as well as international level. So we are trying to give exposure to our students, like what is expected, as I said, like at international level, and we are giving inputs to our students so that these people they can work or they can compete with people, those who are working at national as well as international level. So I want to see my students at those who are working and those who are successfully working at international level. So that is the next vision of DYPMS, and we all are working on this particular agenda.
So ma'am, yes, that brings us to the last segment of this session. So do you have any suggestions that you'd like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
Yes, of course. See, students, whenever they join MBA as a course or a management stream, whichever institute they are going, they are, see, first of all, they must be very clear that MBA is a finishing school. Like, they have done their graduation and they're coming to us. So we are expecting something from them. And MBA is, they should not think that MBA is only limited to syllabus. Pardon me. It is beyond that. It is, as I said, like, it is a finishing school. So everybody must work hard, first of all, to develop those skills or to transform them as a professional. So that is what industry is expecting from student. The moment they said, like, I have completed or I have done my MBA, so people from industry and outside also, these people, they start expecting certain things from our student, from every student or from MBA graduates. Fine. So our students or everybody should stand to that particular thing, that okay, they should ensure that they should stand as a professional, they should work as a professional, they should think as a professional. First of all, their attire, the moment they speak, the how they communicate. So there are certain skills which which shapes their personality. And here, as I said, like in DYPMS, we are taking hard efforts to develop those skills through CDP, that is competency development skill. But apart from that, that students should take those initiative, or should take that initiative to be a part of it, to be a part of that curricula, first of all. And not only, they should not restrict themselves for syllabus or for class teaching and other things. They should go beyond that. They should develop, they should listen, they should be updated, about knowledge, about like whatever happening, that is current affairs and other thing. They should sharpen their communication skills. They should present themselves as a professional, and then placement is not a problem, or starting something by their own is not a problem. So, but for that, they need to work very hard. So that readiness should be there, because see, nobody has time after MBA. If you are thinking like, okay, that student will I'll join any industry or any organization, and at that time I'll learn something and they'll teach us. So I can validate this with my experience, that nobody is ready to invest their time, energy and money for the development of students. So in short, they want ready material, or they need a polished professionals. And it is a responsibility, of course, it is a responsibility of institute, but it is an individual responsibility of a candidate or student, that they should at first attend, they should learn, that willingness should be there to learn new things, and then they must be updated and present themselves as a professional. So professional means it's a combination of sort of lot of things. Like if you think like you are if you say like, okay, I'm marketing specialized, so you must know bits and everything related to your domain. So domain knowledge, expectations, personality, and lot of things should be developed. Of course, as I said, like every institute is doing that, and they feel like it's their responsibility. But at the same time, this is, and through this this platform, I want to tell this to the student, like they should work really very hard. And if their teachers and their faculty members or their institute, if they are taking care or they are taking efforts to develop them, they should be available, and they should be because their readiness is important, because hum log to kar hi rahe, but their involvement in their own curricula, in their own career development, another thing. And the second thing, that they should be very, very clear about their goal, their individual goals, like what I want to achieve, where I want to go, and then how part, that is left to us. We are always there to guide you, like how to reach to that particular destination. But you, and of course, for that, how we are there, and what, for that also we are helping our students to identify that where they want to go and what they want to achieve, and of course how they want to achieve. So in short, in one line, I want to sum up: be with us, be there in DYPMS, and trust on us. And whatever we feel, whenever we are giving any instructions or whatever directions are provided. So please follow us. That's the only requirement, and we will help you to reach to your destination. Thank you, Nikita. Anything else from your side?
This was quite insightful and such an enriching experience interacting with you and knowing all about DYPIMS from you. So I would like to really thank you for taking out your time for this interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nikita. It is always a privilege, and this is really enjoyable moment whenever I'm talking about DYPIMS, where you can connect with me anytime, and it's really very proud to be associated with DYPIMS or speak for DYPIMS. Thank you so much, dear.
Thank you so much, ma'am.